Hey everyone, this is just a commentary video. It's strictly photography, video oriented. So if you're not into that, just go ahead and tune out. Watch one of my old videos. Basically, this is about the big Canon announcement today that took place November 3rd. And it was a much typed event that occurred in the United States. And we all basically knew it was going to be about video. Lots of speculation around what it was going to be: a new video camera, a new 5D Mark III, potentially new lenses. A lot of companies are trying to take the Apple model and stage their product releases into being this big event. You know, the CEO gets up and does the dog and pony show, and this is so special. They're going to do this event. And they're going to announce these amazing things, but ultimately it's just a product announcement. So interesting. And so I watched some of that today, and certainly am getting my information from different blogs out there and press releases. Basically, what happened was they released a professional camera targeted to TV producers, movie producers, and really not towards amateur or low-end video making at all. It's I'll say expensive, but compared to actual professional products, it's not expensive. So it's supposed to be in the $16,000 or less range for these once they hit the street. They'll be launched in January, and the new products are called basically the Cinema EOS C300 and the EOS C300 PL. So it's two different mounts of cameras. They are video cameras strictly, and you can mount your EOS glass on one EF glass, and then PL glass, which is video format, on the other version of it. Two cameras that are identical except for the lens mounts. They're calling it a Super 35 4K CMOS sensor. That means it captures at 4K resolution, but the output is 1080p in 30 frames a second. That's interesting in that I think a lot of people are expecting a higher resolution camera as far as output goes. 1080p is what Blu-ray discs are. It is true HD. It's been out for a while, several years. Most television shows are being recorded in 1080p now. It's somewhat old news, you know. It's a technology that's established. Certainly not everyone has a Blu-ray player or has a TV that can play true HD television. Even myself, I got a new TV that plays true HD and not the 1080i. So it's still filtering through, but it's been out for a while, you know. So there's competing products out there. The Red cameras that you know, they're producing a true 4K, huge resolution, greater than 1080p output, and the images and those things look just amazing. So the announcement today, and again, I'm not a professional video maker. I'm a gadget junkie, and I enjoy reading and watching where the technology is going, and some of this may filter down to consumer-oriented cameras. Maybe the next 5D3 will pull in some of the features here. So I'm a little disappointed in it. I'm not overly wowed. I think as far as the high-end video goes, I think I'm more interested in the Red cameras. Go out there and look up the Red camera. The Scarlet is the new one, Epic, and look at some of the nature videos that are done. They're absolutely amazing. If you have a good high-resolution monitor, you can watch them on your computer. Let's see. The specs of the camera: it's a single 8.3 megapixel, and the resolution on it is 2160 by 3840. They call that the Super 35 CMOS sensor, and I don't know what the math is, but they are calling it a 4K resolution. The codecs on that are the Canon XF codec. It's a megabit speed of 50, that's pretty high. That's where one of the quality areas comes in right there. Is the greater the megabits in your video capture, the better. It captures to 2 compact flash cards, which is kind of interesting. Those things are getting cheaper now. and it's sold as a system, so you can have an LCD monitor on there that helps with the focusing, an audio unit, a side grip, top handle, battery charger, all those things. It's out in January 2012. Street price $16,000. Maybe a little bit more interesting to me is that they're also releasing a number of lenses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-ish lenses, and they're basically for video, and they're a mix of zoom and prime. So the prime ones are a 24 millimeter, a 50, and 85. When I say prime, it's the prime aperture, but also they're fixed length non-zoom. So those ones, they're going to have different measurement units on the actual lenses, and they're going to be much more tailored to video and manual focusing. If those things are not as expensive as competing lenses I've seen, then that might be interesting to 5D Mark II users. They are EF mounted lenses. You can purchase them as EF versions. If they're around the price of an L lens or less, then I think it's appealing, especially for, again, 5D Mark II users. If they're double the price of an L lens, or much higher, just because they're the cinema oriented lenses, then I think they're less appealing. I think, again, they would be only used by true TV or movie studios. So they don't have the price announced on those. I'm watching that a little bit. I wouldn't mind having a 24 or a 50 millimeter video styled lens, especially with I do a lot of manual focusing in my own videos. The other ones are zoom oriented, so they have a 14.5 to 60 millimeter, 2.6, 2 different mounts. They have a 30 to 300 zoom, but that's actually kind of interesting. It's a huge range. It does come in an EF mount. They considered let me just read it here, CN-E30 to 300 millimeter T2.95-3.7 LS. I'm not sure I understand all that just yet, but that one might be interesting because of the big range. If it's clear and undistorted, or not distorted through that range, pretty interesting there. I'm not sure it would be autofocus though. I think this camera, I know this camera, that came out as only manual focus. It's another reason why it's basically strictly for professionals. What else? So people are saying that it's targeted to compete with the Sony F3 cameras. So you can go out there and read it on different websites, but this is an event that's been stacked up in the photography video world for several weeks, at least 3 or 4 weeks now. We've all known it's coming. A little bit of a letdown in that their technology is not maybe the same as or better than some of the competing red products. I do like the abundance of lenses coming out. There's been a lot of slowness with Canon with new products lately, so it's exciting. New things are coming out. Let's stay tuned. Let's see the pricing on those lenses. Let's hopefully they're going to come out with some DSLR oriented photos, or cameras coming soon rather. Check it out. Wanted to give you a little update. Later.